Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. The Golden Bachelor's Janette reveals secret text to Sunny and why she really ran off. Golden Bachelor finalist Janette has revealed the truth about what happened moments after Bear Murden told her she wasn't his final pick. The Melbourne Pilates instructor, 61, admitted she went into the final day utterly convinced Bear would choose her, making the rejection all the more shattering and unexpected. I was sure it was me, and then when it wasn't I thought, how did I ever think that? She told Nine Entertainment, recalling the surreal moment her confidence vanished. Janette said that she knew something was off the moment she approached him at the mountaintop proposal spot, insisting she saw the truth before he even spoke. I read your eyes the minute I walked up here, she said, adding that she immediately felt herself shutting down emotionally. According to Janette, she hadn't prepared for any scenario where she wasn't chosen, and the shock left her scrambling to keep it together. As soon as Bear confirmed his heart belonged to someone else, she felt overwhelmed. Her instinct, she said, was to flee from the cameras entirely. I just wanted to hide somewhere and have my little cry, she admitted, explaining why she abruptly stormed off while Bear tried to speak to her. But behind the scenes, Janette revealed her first message after filming wasn't to Bear. It was to Sunny, the woman he ultimately chose. I realized in the end she was in love with him, and I wished her well, and I wished them a happy life together and whatever comes from it, she said, explaining that she wanted Sunny to know she held no resentment. Janette added that the pair are still loosely in contact, occasionally exchanging messages or seeing each other at events linked to the show. Reflecting on the experience, she admitted she had no real understanding of how strong Bear and Sunny's connection was until she watched the season back on television. She said she kept her own feelings discreet to avoid intimidating the other contestants, and now believes Sunny did the same. She now feels ready to date again and says she has no regrets about taking part in the show. The Golden Bachelor finale delivered one of the most dramatic showdowns in the franchise's history. Bear made his final choice between Janette and NSW CEO Sunny, 58, during a romantic getaway to South Africa. He struggled through the breakup with Janette, telling her that while she made him feel alive again, he hadn't fallen in love. I was so nervous about doing this because you made me feel like I haven't felt in a long time, he told her. I feel like I could tell you anything, Janette. You deserve a love worth fighting for. And I'm so sorry. It's not with me. Janette, maintaining a stoic exterior, responded, I'm fine. I read your eyes the minute I walked up here, before cutting him off and leaving the scene in anger. Moments later, she broke down inside a waiting car, telling producers she felt foolish for believing she would be chosen. The episode then shifted to a far more uplifting moment as Bear confessed his love to Sunny, telling her he couldn't imagine a future without her. Sunny, overjoyed, said her dark days were behind her, and Bear presented her with a commitment ring. The night everything changed for Janette wasn't loud or dramatic at first. There were no shattered glasses, no screaming headlines, just the quiet glow of her phone lighting up a dark room, and a message she wasn't supposed to see. It came through just after midnight. At first, she thought it was nothing. Sunny had left his phone on the kitchen counter while stepping outside to take a call, something he had been doing more often lately. Janette had trusted him, completely, almost blindly. After all, they had just come off the whirlwind of the Golden Bachelor, where emotions were heightened, bonds were tested, and love felt like the only real thing in a world full of cameras. But that night, curiosity slipped in where trust once lived. The screen lit up again. A name appeared, unknown, unsaved. And then the message. I can't keep waiting like this. You promised you'd tell her. Janette froze. Her heart didn't break immediately. Instead, it tightened, slowly, painfully, as if it already knew what the words meant before her mind could catch up. She shouldn't have looked further, but she did. What she found wasn't just one message. It was a thread, weeks long, maybe longer. Conversations hidden behind polite smiles and reassuring words. Plans that didn't include her. Promises made to someone else. And the worst part, Sunny's tone in those messages felt familiar. It was the same tone he used with her, soft, comforting, convincing. The same words, recycled. You mean everything to me. I just need time. Trust me. Janette dropped the phone onto the counter as if it had boned her. By the time Sunny came back inside, she had already stepped away. She didn't confront him. Not yet. Not because she was afraid, but because she needed to understand. And more than anything, she needed to breathe. The next morning, everything looked normal. Too normal. Sunny made coffee, asked her how she slept, smiled that same warm smile that had once melted her heart. And for a moment, Janette almost believed she had imagined everything. Almost. But then she remembered the messages, the lies, the way her chest tightened again. Everything okay? Sunny asked, noticing her silence. Janette forced a smile. Yeah, just tired. And just like that, the performance began. For days, Janette said nothing. She watched. She listened. She noticed the small things. The way Sunny turned his phone screen down when messages came in. The way he stepped outside more frequently. The way his laughter felt just a little too rehearsed. And every night, when he fell asleep, Janette would sit alone with her thoughts, replaying every moment of their relationship. Was any of it real? Or had she just been another part of his story? The breaking point came quietly. Again, it was another message. But this time, it wasn't texted Sunny from his own phone. She needed to know the truth. Not the version he would tell her, but the version he had been living. She typed, "I'm ready. When are you going to tell her?" The reply came almost instantly. "Soon. I just need the right moment. I don't want to hurt her more than I have to." Janette stayed at the screen, her vision blurring. More than I have to. As if betrayal could be measured. As if pain had limits. That was the moment she decided to leave. Not because she didn't love him anymore, but because she finally understood that love alone wasn't enough. She didn't pack much. Just a small bag, a few essentials, and the quiet strength she didn't know she still had. She wrote a note. Not long. Not dramatic. Just honest. "I saw the messages. I know everything. You don't have to explain. I hope one day you understand what you lost, but I won't wait for that day." She placed it on the kitchen counter, right next to his phone. And then she walked out. But the story didn't end there. Because Janette didn't just disappear. Days later, she spoke out. For the first time, she revealed everything. The messages, the silence, the truth behind her sudden exit. Not for revenge, but for closure. "I didn't run away," she said in a quiet interview. "I walked away. There's a difference." She explained how she had stayed silent at first, hoping there was some misunderstanding, some explanation that would make everything okay again. "But sometimes," she continued, "the truth isn't something you hear. It's something you feel. And once you feel it, you can't ignore it." When asked about the secret texts, Janette didn't hold back. "They weren't just messages," she said. "They were promises. Promises that weren't meant for me." "And Sunny?" He eventually responded. "Apologies. Regret. Explanations." But for Janette, it was too late. Not because she didn't care, but because she finally cared about herself more. Looking back, Janette says she doesn't regret falling in love. "Love isn't the mistake," she explained. "Trusting the wrong person is." But even that, she doesn't see as failure. "It taught me something I needed to learn," she said. "That I deserve honesty. I deserve respect. And I deserve someone who doesn't make me question my worth." As for why she really ran off, the answer is simple. She didn't run from Sunny. She ran toward herself. Toward a version of her that refused to settle for half-truths and hidden messages. Toward a future where love isn't complicated by secrets. And maybe, just maybe, toward something real. Because sometimes, walking away isn't the end of a story. It's the beginning of a better one.